Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below.
It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
All forces, listen up out there and actually pay attention. A new op point is going to pop in your nav computer soon. Every mech is ordered to converge on that location. The commander just got a really weird message on the comms. Some kind of pirates or something. But there's nothing on this dust ball worth stealing, so it's probably just a bad joke or something. Get out there, find out what's going on, and handle it. If someone is actually hard up enough or stupid enough to drop on this worthless rock, send them packing with the compliments of the Lyran Commonwealth. I don't have to remind you, you lot are already on your last chance. Muck this up and the commander will have you busted to infantry. Now get busy and make this quick. I don't want to have to miss the cue ball match tonight. Launch leader here. 5 enemy mechs incoming. No ID. I haven't seen a mech like that before.
Hello, mech fans.
Use your combat
special
computer.
edition of Heavy Metal
I
Sunday
did.
Night.
No match.
I'm Johnny Explosion, and I'm joined
What?
as always by Mike
Must
Powers.
be glitching
Tonight,
again.
Under the lights
Whatever.
of the
The game is
Arena
starting. I'm
is the
logging off. Just
semifinals
take
of
'em out.
Food Ball Steiner Invitation.
Turn 1. The Valkyrie walks forward, taking cover. The Griffin runs into cover of the northern hill. The Shadowcat walks into the gravel pit. The Hatchet Man runs ahead. The Mad Dog stays put. The Viper turns around to engage the enemy approaching from behind. The Summoner holds his ground. The Firestarter walks towards the Shadowcat. The Locust runs ahead. The Nova holds his ground, selecting his target. The Commando runs, trying to get behind the Viper. The Osrock runs, joining the Hatchet Man. The Mad Dog Mech Warrior begins his duel with the Hatchet Man, firing his dual large pulse lasers and a bang of his LRM-20s. The lasers melt armor off the left and center torsos, while LRMs explode against the left torso and both arms. The Nova turns and tries to swath the Locust before it can interfere, firing 8 of his ER medium lasers. Targeting center mass, the lasers blow off the tiny mech's right arm, blast away both torsos, and melt into the center torso, damaging the engine and gyro. The Commando Alpha strikes the Viper, his medium laser hitting the unknown mech in the center torso, while some of the SRMs hit the left arm and the head, injuring the Clan Mech Warrior. The Griffin fires his PPC at the Shadowcat, though he had no way of knowing its name at the time. The PPC blast damages the armor of his right arm. The Shadowcat targets the approaching Firestarter, firing his Gauss rifle, both ER medium lasers. The Gauss slug goes wide, but the lasers damage the left torso and right arm. The Osrock also targets the Shadowcat with both medium lasers and his SRM-4. The lasers miss, but some of the SRMs slam into the right torso and left leg. The Viper replies to the Commando with his dual medium pulse lasers, SRM-4, and both machine guns. The missiles miss, but the lasers and machine guns dig into the right torso and right arm, destroying a heat sink and the Commando's medium laser. The Jade Falcon Star Commander targets what he believes is his opposite in the Inner Sphere forces, challenging him to a duel. He fires his LB-10, PPC, and LRM-15, the solid heat round hitting the center torso of the Osrock. The fire starter mech warrior, following his leader's battle plan, fires his flamers, trying to drive the heat up of the Shadowcat. He hits with 3 flamers, but the Shadowcat's clan double heat sinks absorb this 6 heat. The Hatchet Man continues focusing on the Shadowcat, firing his AC-10 and both medium lasers. One medium laser hitting the clan mech's center torso. The Locust Mech Warrior somehow manages to keep his crippled machine under control. He fires his only remaining weapon at the rear of the Mad Dog, hitting it in the center torso, but the armor holds. He kicks out, hitting the mech's left leg. The Valkyrie also targets the Mad Dog's rear with his LRM-10, but the missiles fail to track. Turn 2. The Osrock runs south. The Valkyrie aims. The Nova leaps back. The Mad Dog turns and backs away from the Locust while keeping his prey in sight. The Viper backs up, trying to continue his duel with the Commando. The Commando Mech Warrior, shocked at the reverse speed of the unknown mech, runs around the gravel pit. The Locust Mech Warrior pushes his crippled machine to stay behind the Mad Dog. The Summoner backs south. The Griffin continues to aim from cover. The Shadowcat backs away from the dishonorable mechs that focused fire on him. The Firestarter runs, chasing the Shadowcat, trying to keep his flamers in play. The Hatchet Man runs, entering melee with the Shadowcat. The Viper fires both of his medium pulse lasers and his SRM-4 at the Commando. The lasers and missiles rip into the center torso, blowing the center torso out. The mech falls apart. The Falcon Star Commander fires again on the Osrock with his LB-10 and PPC, hitting the right arm and torso. The Griffin switches targets to the Viper, firing both his PPC and LRM-10. The PPC hitting the rear left torso, punching through, destroying the machine gun there. The Osrock fires on the Shadowcat with his large laser and both medium lasers. The large laser and one of the medium lasers hit the right leg. The Shadowcat fires his Gauss and lasers at the Firestarter. The lasers miss, but the Gauss slug rips off the Firestarter's right arm. Lining up, the Nova unleashes 5 of his ER medium lasers at the Locust. They melt away what little remained of the center torso. The mech. The Mad Dog fires both large pulse lasers and another LRM-10 rack of hatchets. The lasers melt armor off the center torso and right leg, while missiles explode on the right arm, left torso, and right leg. The missiles punch through, destroying a heat sink in the torso and nearly ripping the foot off the mech. The Firestarter fires his remaining flamers and both machine guns at the Shadow. The flamers hit the Inner Sphere pilot, still believing he is heating up his opponent. The machine guns rake the left arm. He kicks out, but misjudges. He tries to correct, but trips, falling hard on his center torso. The Hatchet Man fires his AC-10 and medium laser at the Shadowcat. The autocannon rounds miss, but the laser finds the left leg. The Clan Mech Warrior is shocked as the crude hatchet swings down, destroying his right arm. The Valkyrie also fires on the Shadowcat with his LRM-10, but misses. He snaps off a shot at the Nova with his medium laser, but misses him as well. Turn 3. The Hatchet Man backs away. The Valkyrie and Griffin stay put, providing fire support. The Summoner backs off. The Osrock runs, chasing the Summoner. The Viper, his victory secure, runs, attacking the Valkyrie. The Shadowcat backs around the gravel pile. The Nova holds position. Firestarter Mech Warrior tries to stand but falls again, this time on his left torso. He manages to get up on his second attempt, running after the Shadowcat. The Mad Dog also holds his ground, aiming. The Firestarter again fires his flamers and machine guns at the Shadowcat. This time, the sheets of flame miss, but the machine gun hits the left torso. He kicks out again, and this time lands a blow on the right leg. The Mad Dog fires a large pulse laser, and both LRM racks at the hatchman. The laser hitting the right torso, while missiles fly high, explosions blooming over the top of the mech, many hitting the mech's head, and the Inner Sphere Barbarian screams as his cockpit fills with flame and shrapnel, the clan mech warrior declaring his intention to face the Griffin. The Summoner again fires his LB-10 and PPC at the Osprey, but misjudges, and his weapon misses. The Valkyrie fires his medium laser at the Viper, but misses. He locks on and fires his LRM-10 at the Mad Dog, some of the missiles hitting the right and left arms. The Osrock again targets the Shadowcat, firing a large laser and both medium lasers. The large laser and a medium laser hit the right torso. He swings out with both battle fists, landing a 1-2 combo to the unknown mech's center torso. The Viper fires his pulse lasers, machine gun, and SRM-4 at the Valkyrie. The pulse lasers nearly taking off the head, while SRMs and the machine gun hit the center torso as well as the right arm and leg. The Shadowcat scores medium laser hits on the Firestarter's left torso. The Nova Mech Warrior observes Zella Brigand and honors his fellow's challenge to the Griffin. He waits for a target to become open. Turn 4. The Summoner backs away again. The Osrock continues to chase him. The Viper backs up and around. The Nova jumps over the gravel pit. The Valkyrie again aims. The Firestarter jumps behind the Viper. The Griffin also holds his ground, aiming. The Mad Dog runs, engaging the Griffin. The Shadowcat gets away from the Firestarter. The Firestarter fires his laser at the Viper but misses. The Griffin fires on the approaching monster but misses. The Nova Mech Warrior waits for an honorable engagement. The Valkyrie fires his LRMs at the Shadowcat, missiles hitting the right torso and left leg. He also fires on the Summoner, hitting the left torso. The Mad Dog returns fire on the Griffin with all of his lasers. The pulses hitting the left arm, center torso, and right torso. The Shadowcat returns fire on the Firestarter with his lasers hitting the left and center torso, blowing the compression tank of a jump jet. The Summoner again fires his PPC and LB-10 at the Osrock, hitting the left torso and left leg. The Osrock responds to the Summoner with his large laser and dual medium laser combo. The large laser hitting the right arm, he swings out, missing with his first punch, but the second one smashes into the mech's head. The Viper again fires on the Valkyrie with his pulse lasers and SRM-4, but this time he misses. Turn 5. The Summoner turns and backs away. The Viper moves in on the Valkyrie again. The Osrock runs, getting behind the Summoner. The Firestarter runs, chasing the Viper. The Griffin Mech Warrior, unprepared for the assault, slips, falling, trying to catch himself. He damages his left arm and torso. He gets up and backs away. The Nova walks behind the gravel pit, waiting for a duel to end. The Valkyrie jumps behind the Viper. The Mad Dog chases the Griffin. The Shadowcat walks around the gravel pit. The Firestarter again fires on the Viper with his flamers and machine gun, but misses. The Viper aims low, blowing the Valkyrie's left leg off with his pulse laser. The Griffin fires his PPC at the Mad Dog, hitting the left arm. The Mad Dog returns fire with all 4 of his pulse lasers, the large lasers heavily damaging the center torso, while the medium lasers damage the arms, melting the upper arm actuator of the left arm. The Shadowcat again fires on the Firestarter, the lasers hitting the center torso and blowing a ring off the gyro. desperation growing, the Osrock Alpha strikes the rear of the summon. Lasers and missiles rake the torsos, blowing through the thinned rear armor. He swings out, hitting the left torso, missing anything vital. But his other fist hits the mech's head. The massive fist just missing the cockpit, but ripping out the mech's sensors. Down and now outnumbered, the Valkyrie mech warrior decides he would rather be in the infantry than dead. He pulls the ejection. The Jade Falcon Star Commander, bleeding heavily and nearly blinded, strains his left arm actuator, managing to get a shot with his LV-10 at the Osrock, somehow hitting despite it all, blowing off the mech's right arm. Turn 6. The Shadowcat holds position. The overheating Osrock runs and flees. The crippled Firestarter also jumps away. The Griffin follows suit, fleeing. The Falcons let the cowards go, staying back to protect their injured commander. Aftermath. In 3050, the descendants of the self-exiled SLDF returned to the Inner Sphere. While the first wave of the invasion would officially begin on 7 March 3050, the first battles were fought prior. The most famous being Clan Wolf's encounter with the Kells Hounds in August of 3049. The first truly professional resistance prompted the Wolves to make an offer. They tried to share what they had learned of the Inner Sphere tactics and technology with the other invading clans. Most clans declined. They believed the successor states and their mercenary underlings were no match for the invasion. Clan Jade Falcon in particular were confident of their superiority. After all, they were one of the most powerful clans, and the Inner Sphere were backward barbarians. To the Crusaders, the conquest of Terra was a foregone conclusion. Not so much a military campaign, but more a race between their sibling clans. Throughout the remainder of 3049, the clans seized holdings in the periphery, preparing for the invasion. Some of these worlds were protected by the least valuable units in the successor houses, their armies amassed on their borders with other Inner Sphere powers, and not on the barren frontier. In October of 3049, elements of Jade Falcon's Val Galaxy dropped on a nameless rock, home to a Lyran periphery outpost, a posting to punish problem mech warriors. The cold, barren planetoid was protected by, in theory, 2 lances of mechs. In theory, because 1 or 2 of these mechs were almost always down with maintenance issues. When the Falcons attacked, the local commander, not understanding the strangers' challenge, assumed they were a group of pirates or criminals, ordering the deployment of his forces to intercept and destroy them. Despite catching the Falcon Star in an ambush, the poorly trained and equipped mech warriors were no match for the advanced clan Omnimechs. Such easy victories reinforced the Crusader clan's sense of superiority, as well as the effectiveness of their honor-based ritual combat system, Zellbriggen. It would take time, but eventually even the Falcons would come to realize the path to Earth would not be a glorious race, but a slog. A long, hard, and costly one at that. Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.